Hi, I'm Dustin Harder, and this is the Vegan Roadie. Matera is one of the oldest living cities in the world. Originating in a prehistoric settlement, these dwellings are thought to be among the first ever human settlements in what is now Italy. Matera's historical center is known as the Sassi. Stones. These are literally houses dug into the stone itself. This is characteristic of Matera and Pulia, the latter of which we'll be visiting later on in the episode. Part of the Basilica region, Matera and Pulia's food is made with some of the freshest local ingredients. The sun-dried tomatoes are still actually dried in the sun, and the bread is some of the best in the world. With all of its rich history and unique ingredients, it's sure to be a one-of-a-kind experience, and I'm glad you're here to join me. I'm the Vegan Roadie, and I have one mission: to keep it vegano while on the go. The word on the street is that you can't come to Matera without a stop into Fiora di Cucuzza. The atmosphere is warm and welcoming, and it pairs nicely with small tapas-style plates. The owner takes intense pride in all of the dishes on the menu.
The interior of Fiora di Cucuzza is decked out in vibrant colors and rustic tabletops, surrounded with eclectic kitsch. The menu is locally sourced with pride, and the owner greets his guests with enthusiasm and generously educates his patrons about the menu. Veggie or not, this place is a gem in Matera. This is a great place to hang out with friends and get a little something of everything for the table. On chef's recommendation, I tried the falafel, spinach croquettes, panna cotta, Turkish burgal balls, and vegan raviolis stuffed with zucchini and eggplant, cooked in a red wine. I couldn't resist, and I ordered up the vegan frittata, made of chickpea flour with zucchini, served with sweet red tropea onions. 80% of the menu at Fiora di Cucuzza is vegan, with versions printed in English, Italian, French, and German. The tabletops are made of reclaimed wood from the surrounding area of Matera, and the light fixtures are curated by a local artist. Fiora di Cucuzza serves local wines and craft beer, and hey, they make their own olive oil, representing Matera with pride. Don't forget about dessert! Fascinating offerings like the chocolate mousse made with sweet green tomatoes are worth it for the adventurous soul. For those who like a more classic approach, the chocolate cake served up with fresh peaches and a house-made plum preserve might be the way to go.
Pair it all with some wine, and of course this chocolate cake will be waiting for you at the end of your meal. Find out more at fioradicucuzza.it.
Looking to step your cuisine up a notch when in Matera? Put on your stylish duds and get a table at 900 Restaurant for a meal you won't forget.
900 is sleek and stylish with something for everyone on the menu, including a vegan prefix menu for those of you that dig eating plants.
In 2013, Ferdinando and Maricla Paolicelli opened the doors to 900 Restaurant. As many of the buildings do in Matera, the design celebrates the city's history of the cave dwellings, even refurbishing old tiles to create their beautiful floor. When you walk into 900, you know you are walking into someplace special.
Why did you add vegan options to the menu?
Because we have a lot of vegan requests.
You heard it. As the requests grew, the menu expanded. While there are several vegan options on the menu, the prefix vegan menu is not to be missed, especially the main course, with a house-made soy-based crab cake-like patty, with zucchini, carrots, and peppers seasoned to perfection, battered in chickpea flour and just lightly fried, then baked, served atop a bed of seasonal greens, topped with a deep-fried red pepper, lined with a touch of carrot and eggplant cream to complement the dish. Of course, dessert is no slouch. You can opt for one of their vegan chocolate cigars or the chocolate mousse, made of 75% cacao, served with local Cattonia apple jelly, pistachios, and almonds. The mousse was creamy, decadent, and delicious.
For fancy eats and tasty treats, 900 Restaurant can't be beat. Visit 900restaurant.it to explore their menu today. Matera is known all over Europe for its bread. They make their own yeast with figs and grapes, and the bread is made of only 4 ingredients: flour, salt, yeast, and water.
Almost every place in Matera serves the traditional cialeta salad, made with the old-style Matera bread, olives, tomatoes, cucumbers, arugula, olive oil, basil, and oregano. It's a taste of tradition you don't want to miss.
Obviously, as a carb connoisseur, I had to get my hands on some of this bread. But what would bread be without something to dip it in?
Panna is known for their soups, or zuppe, with 6 daily offerings, 5 of which are vegan. They have a selection of vegan appetizers to bring to the table too.
But that's not all. Not only does this restaurant serve some of the best food in the Caviesso Sassi district, it also has an ethical approach to be admired.
Panna is a not-for-profit endeavor combining the efforts of 3 social cooperatives: Il Si Comora, Mest Social Cooperative, and Consortio La Città Essential. They work together to provide education, work experience, job placement, and financial assistance to immigrants and individuals with Down syndrome. The profits made by Panna circle right back into these efforts. They also provide master cooking classes on premises.
What a great feeling to know you're supporting an amazing cause when you eat at this restaurant. Speaking of eating, now it's time to try a smattering of those vegan soups they have available.
Like the crepiata, a legume soup with a variety of legumes cooked with potatoes and grains. Another soup to warm you up on a chilly day is the fava and chicory with, you guessed it, fava beans and chicory seasoned to perfection.
But my favorite soup today was the San Pietro,
with Savoy cabbage, potatoes, grains, carrots, onions, and sage. If you have a favorite after your visit, they sell them in jars for you to purchase and take home to enjoy at your convenience. A taste of Matera wherever you go.
All of the soups are perfect for dipping that authentic Matera bread in. But I mentioned appetizers before. The bruschetta is off the hook.
Toasted Matera bread topped with a delicate mixture of chopped tomatoes, olive oil, oregano, salt, arugula, and pepperoni crusco.
But no matter what you're in the mood for, you can be certain of one thing: you won't leave hungry when you dine at Panna. Now, let's head east of Matera to the small town of Alberobello. I'm in the city of Alberobello in the region of Pulia. It's just off the Adriatic coast. For those of you that need a visual reference, like myself, it's known as the heel of Italy. I came here just to see the Trulli huts, also known as trullos.
A trullo is a small conical stone hut that was traditionally constructed in the Italian region of Pulia. They were built using the dry stone technique without any cement or mortar to bind the stones together. Alberobello has the highest concentration of Trulli huts. The huts have whitewashed walls with white symbols painted on their roofs. Most of them are Christian symbols. The roof of each trullo is topped by a pinaccolo. Some believe it is an ornament, while others suggest it represents the social status of the trullo's inhabitants.
Fascinating tidbit, eh? Now let's get back to some eats. I'm told there are some mom and pop shops in the surrounding area that I can't miss. Let's get a move on.
First stop was Loca Rotondo to visit Veronica Lusberti and her husband, Chef Graziano Lasatiello, at their restaurant, Yetta. Yetta is a third-generation restaurant, originally opened by Veronica's grandmother. Her grandmother was the first woman to ever open a restaurant in Loca Rotondo. Yetta translates to Maria in Loca Rotondo dialect, Veronica's grandmother's name. With a full menu offering several vegan options that are vegan by nature based on traditional ingredients, Chef Graziano served up the customary orecchiette di cima d'erba, with perfectly cooked handmade orecchiette pasta and sautéed broccoli rabe in olive oil and garlic, topped with crumbled tarallo and chili.
Saporito.
Moving right along, I was told I couldn't pass up Giardini 36 in the town of Cistercino. Katia Grioletti and Davide Argentini left their careers in the corporate world to take over Davide's family farm and pursue their culinary passions. They now grow all of their own produce and press their own olive oil, selling it under the label of D Food to the public. Katia and Davide focus on taking traditional ingredients and elevating them into sophisticated modern plates. Fast fact, the bar in Giardini 36 is made of reclaimed wood from local Truly huts. They created a beautiful autumn-inspired dish for me with local fava beans, composed of a velvety smooth fava bean and arugula puree, topped with roasted pumpkin, olive oil, walnuts, and fresh thyme, sage, and rosemary from their very own garden.
Bellissimo piatto.
And finally, my foodie hop finale was completed with a visit to Mint Cucina Fresca in Polignano de Mare. Husband and wife Lou Silvera and chef Fabrizio Celine pride themselves on offering a joyful blend of menu items inspired from Brazil to Italy. Always local, always in season, Mint is only open from April to October and not to be missed if you're in town during that time. What came to the table was one of the best vegan burgers I've had the pleasure to enjoy, made of black chickpeas with braised red onion and avocado pesto, served on a turmeric bun with a side of baked potato and raw zucchini noodles. I was so cozy in the charming setting, I didn't want to leave just yet, so I ordered up Chef Fabrizio's creme brulee. Made with vegan yogurt and a heavy whipping cream blend of soy and coconut, topped with turmeric and organic cane sugar. You won't regret sticking around for dessert. I know I didn't.
Still in Pulia, now in the town of Lecce, La Prea Bitezza is a must for a quick sandwich and craft beer.
La Prea Bitezza is a family-owned business that has been open since 1941. Now run by third-generation husband and wife duo, Christine Serrani and Giuseppe Gioni. Giuseppe makes every single sandwich that leaves the shop. Even on summer days when they have upwards of 800 orders, Giuseppe personally hand makes every pucha sandwich. And what is a pucha sandwich? The bread is similar to a pita bread, made in the nearby city of Salento. Giuseppe's grandfather came up with the farmer's sandwich in 1941 as a way of fanning out all of the ingredients on the sandwich so that every bite has a new flavor. The vegan version consists of chicory, sweet peppers, zucchini, eggplant, onions, and spicy peppers. The sandwich is then pressed like a panini and checked before serving for perfect crispiness.
Oh, so good.
And what would a sandwich be without an ice-cold beer? La Prea Bitezza serves local beer, made by Maltesta, which also means headache, though you won't have to worry about getting a headache with this beer. It's light and pairs perfectly with the traditional pucha sandwich.
A sandwich that thrives on basic but goes above and beyond when it comes to flavor. I'm crowning La Prea Bitezza a winner and worthy of a stop when you're prowling for street food or a quick bite. Now, let's get cooking with the familia. Picapani Farm is an all-vegan farm and olive oil mill. When they're in season, they offer comprehensive tours to tourists to learn all there is to know about olive oil from tree to bottle.
Picapani Farm was a visit like no other. Giuseppe Pellegrino runs the farm with his family and also hosts a slew of volunteers all year round from the WOOF program, known by many as Willing Workers on Organic Farms. This is an amazing trade program for people to volunteer on sustainable and organic farms all over the world in exchange for food and lodging. While volunteers come from far and wide, some come from the next town over, like Giovanni, who was around to join us for dinner on my visit and talk about his time on Picapani Farm. Giuseppe gave me a tour of his gorgeous farmland that spanned several kilometers. He educated me on the process of making olive oil and the produce and herbs that grow on his farm in different seasons. We also picked some fresh herbs for the evening's meal. It was the most peaceful setting I have ever had the pleasure to experience. After we picked some herbs, we put on our aprons and got to work in the kitchen with Giuseppe's son, Giovanni, a budding little chef in his own right who joyfully created a plate of sun-dried persimmons, pears, and figs for us to have after our meal. Tonight's dish was a simple one. Simple because Giuseppe crafts homemade jars using ingredients grown on the farm and offers them for wholesale. He enthusiastically presented us with his pate I pomodoro secchi from his very wide selection of products including olives, olive oil, pasta, and tapenade, to name a few. The pate I pomodoro secchi is similar to a red pesto, made of sun-dried tomatoes, garlic, mint, rosemary, sage, and almonds. Giuseppe quickly chopped up the herbs we picked from the grounds, mixing together fresh mint, basil, and arugula to add to the dish. We added a little water to the jar mixture to create a sauce, and then prepared some of Giuseppe's homemade pasta to mix it all together. And yes, the pasta is available for purchase as well. Add in the fresh herbs, and we were ready to eat. In a tranquil and rustic setting, I joined Giuseppe and both Giovannis for a delicious meal. We ate in the restaurant that is on premises and open to the patrons year-round. When you come, be prepared to stay for a while and have a relaxed meal. It's so calm and inviting, you won't ever want to leave. Paired with the fact that everything on your plate is organic and sustainable and grown in the farm just outside the door, you will be making a reservation for your next visit before you even pay your bill.
And now it's time for you to get cooking at home. Tie those apron strings and let's turn up the heat with the 5-ingredient challenge. Inspired by Piccapani Farms, we're going to add some sun-dried tomatoes into the mix to make a red pesto. Your 5 ingredients are 1 clove of garlic, roughly chopped, 1/4 cup nutritional yeast, 1/2 cup sun-dried tomatoes, roughly chopped, 1/2 cup olive oil, and 1/2 cup basil leaves. We will add some salt to taste. I start off with just a couple pinches. Add everything to a blender and away we go. Once it is well combined, taste it to see if it needs a little more salt. The finished pesto should still be chunky. You can use it as a topping for toasted bread, mixed up in salads, and of course, as the perfect addition to pasta. With a little bit of the reserved cooking water from the pasta, just like we did in the Sicily episode with the pasta alla pistachio. No matter what you use it on, it's a little taste of Italy in your own home. You can get this recipe at veganroadie.com and show me your recreations on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, tagging me at The Vegan Roadie with the hashtag #KaledIt. For even more Vegan Roadie recipes, be sure to check out my new book, The Simply Vegan Cookbook. You can get it on Amazon.com and everywhere books are sold. From olive oil and local plates to quick sandwiches and beer, thank you for taking a walk with me in the ancient cities of Matera and Pulia. I'm stuffed, but I'm not done with Italy just yet. Be sure to click subscribe and share the Vegan Roadie channel with everyone that you can, any way that you can. I appreciate you being along for the journey. Stay tuned and come along with me in the next episode as I explore Florence and all it has to offer the plant-based seeker. Until then, keep on cooking, and remember, it's nice to be nice. Dustin Harder's shirts designed by Lois Eastland, NYC. Presented in partnership with Vegan Travel Club.
I'm Giovanni.
Okay, great.